Hector says hello.
Hello,
Have you missed him? All right, guys. Welcome to your 45-minute flow. Now what we're going to do is start on our backs. So you can either start in corpse pose, so Shavasana, final resting pose, or you can start in Supta Baddha Konasana with the soles of the feet together and the knees wide. So it's up to you, just taking a few moments to ground yourself, to find your breath. Whatever's going through your mind, just letting it go. Just focusing on the inhale as it meets the exhale. Slowly hugging the knees into the chest, curling up into a ball. Little rock from side to massage the lower back. And then slowly releasing the left leg out long, keeping hold of the right knee, squeezing it in tight. Taking an inhale. Exhale, bringing right knee all the way over to the left, coming into a nice supine twist. Gazing away from the knee. Twists are so good to rinse out the internal organs. It's getting rid of any toxins. Slightly constricting one side of the body, and then when you release it, fresh blood rushes to the area. Slowly coming back to the center, hugging both knees in, a little rock from side to side. And then keeping hold of the left knee, lengthening the right knee, squeezing it in tight. Taking an inhale, exhale over to the side. Slowly coming back to center, hugging the knees into the chest. Again, little rock from side to side. Then we're going to rock along the length of the mat, massaging the spine a couple of times. And then just popping up, grabbing our strap, coming back down. Just taking it in both hands and wrapping it around the ball of the right foot. So bottom knee can stay bent and flat to the floor, or you can lengthen it out if you want more. So we're just taking the strap into the right hand. Left hand can just rest on the left hip or wherever feels comfortable. Taking an inhale. Exhale to open out to the right side, just going as far as feels comfortable, just in a nice stretch for the hammy. Both shoulders, both hips should stay square here. Slowly back to the center. Swapping hands, taking it in the left and then over to the other side. So you won't get as far on this side, but just going as far as feels comfortable. Shouldn't be feeling any pain or strain. Go away. And slowly back to center. Swapping feet, you can do it mid-air or you can release one at a time. Again, right foot can stay grounded or lengthen it all the way out if you want more. Taking an inhale. Exhale to open up to the side, just going as far as feels comfortable. This side may be different to the other. Slowly coming back to center, swapping hands, making our way over to the other side. And back to center. Just releasing the strap, placing it to the side, hugging knees into the chest. Gonna rock all the way if you want to watch this. See if you can get to standing without touching the ground on the next one. All the way to standing, beautiful. And then we'll inhale to sweep the hands high. Exhale to melt all the way forward. We're just going to come straight into down dog. So just planting the hands and stepping back to down dog. Walking out the dog, bending one knee at a time. And then we'll drop into child's pose, spreading the knees wide, coming to sit on the heels, melting the heart all the way down to the earth. Head can rest on the mat. You can always bring the forehead onto a block if you want the ground to come closer to you. Slowly walking hands all the way over to the right side. Taking an inhale and letting it all out. Enjoying the opening in the side body. Slowly walking hands back through center and all the way over to the other side. And slowly coming back to the center. Child's pose. Great pose to come back to at any time throughout the class if you want to find rest. Now we'll slowly ripple up to all fours, tabletop position. Hands come under shoulders, knees come under the hips, finding a neutral spine. And we'll make our way through cat and cow. Inhale to drop the belly, gaze up to the sky. Exhale to round through the spine, tucking the chin to the chest. So just letting your breath guide you as you move through these poses, rippling through the spine, listening to your body. You may want to do anything else. Draw a figure of 8 with the hips, anything that feels organic, just getting yourself moving. This is your practice, your body. It's doing what feels good. Finishing your next round to meet in a neutral spine. And we're slowly going to come into puppy dog pose. So hips stay over the knees, and we just slowly walk the hands all the way up, melting the heart all the way down to the earth, so the hips are staying nice and high. Beautiful. You can bring the chin onto the earth if you want more, otherwise just resting the forehead. Great pose for opening up the heart so you're ready to receive everything the day is going to throw at you. When you're ready, slowly coming out of the pose, making our way back to tabletop position, onto all fours. And then we're going to make our way into downward facing dog. Spreading the fingers nice and wide, tucking the toes. Finding down dog. Taking an inhale and letting it all out. Softening through the shoulders. Sit bones reaching high to the sky. Gaze settling between the back feet. And then heels are just reaching towards the back of the room. Taking an inhale and letting it out. Bending the knees, gazing towards the hands, and taking baby steps all the way up to the hands. We'll meet in ragdoll position. Feet as wide as the hips, bending into the knees. Belly should come to rest on the top of the thighs, so if it's not resting on the top of the thighs, you need to bend your knees more, and we'll find opposite elbows with our hands. Head hangs heavy, and then we'll gently sway from side to side. Just moving mindfully, no rush here. Just enjoying each movement as it comes. Gently releasing the hands to the earth. Inhale for a halfway lift, hands come to shins. Flat back, belly draws in. Exhale, release. One more of those. Inhale, halfway lift, crown of the head reaches forward. Exhale, release. And slowly heel toeing the feet in, toes to touch, heels slightly apart. And we're going to slowly ripple all the way up to standing, vertebrae by vertebrae, no rush. Fingertips are the last to sweep up high to the sky, gazing up to the thumbs. Exhale, hands to the heart. Standing tall, softening your eyes closed. Beautiful. Just taking a moment of gratitude, sending some love to yourself. Thanking yourself for coming to the mat this morning. Feeling grateful that we've found this beautiful practice of yoga. Maybe setting an intention for the class, anything you've been working on. If you want to use my intention that I'm using at the moment, it's just sending love to myself always. Gently flicking the eyes open, hands come down beside us, standing tall. Inhale to sweep high, gaze up to the thumbs. Exhale to melt all the way down to the earth. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale to find high plank, plant the hands, stepping one foot at a time back. I'm going to hold the pose for a moment, so really zipping up the belly. Hands should be under the shoulders, pushing the earth away. Imagine there's a light shining out of your heels and a light shining out of the crown of your head. Gaze should be just in front of you, in front of the mat. Doming through the shoulders. And then slowly we're going to ripple forward as if we're peering over a cliff. Elbows tuck in close and we lower all the way down to the earth. Inhale for cobra pose, grounding the hands, shoulder blades kissing together. Exhale, release. 2 more of those. Inhale for cobra pose. Exhale, release. This time our hands are going to float off the earth. Inhale for cobra. Shoulder blades squeezing together. Exhale, release. Slowly rippling back to closed leg child's pose. Knees together, curling up into a little ball, hands shooting down behind us, forehead resting onto the mat. And slowly, when you're ready, making your way back to downward facing dog. Taking an inhale and letting it out. Bending the knees, looking towards the hands, stepping up to the hands. Inhale to find a halfway lift, hands to the shins, flat back. Exhale, release. Inhale to sweep high to the sky. Gazing up to the thumbs, slight back bend if it's there for you. And gently bringing hands to the heart. Inhale to sweep high. Exhale to melt all the way down to the earth. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale to find high plank. Making our way through our vinyasa flow, lowering all the way down. Inhale for cobra pose. Exhale, downward facing dog. Just taking a few breaths here in down dog. You can walk the dog out if you need to. And then when you're ready, slowly finding stillness. Inhale, right leg sweeping high. Bending the knee, opening up the hip for scorpion tail, so shoulders staying square to the earth. Heel reaching towards the glute. Gazing under your left shoulder, seeing if you can see your heel. And then slowly straightening out the leg, bringing the knee through to the nose and planting the foot, coming into a low lunge, drop the back knee. Inhale to sweep the hands high. Exhale, hands to the heart. Once more, inhale, Anjayanasana, sweep high. Exhale, hands to the heart. Slowly rippling forward, finding our blocks, bringing the blocks underneath our hands, coming onto the ball of our back foot. So we're just going to ripple backwards and forwards. And then when you're ready, finding stillness, taking an inhale to open the heart and exhale to come into pyramid pose. So straight, front leg straight, back foot can come in closer, just fiddling around with what feels comfortable. Just hanging here, front leg straight. Slowly re-bending into the front knee. Inhale Inhale to open the heart. Exhale once more, straightening the front leg, folding forward. And slowly rebending into the knee, removing the blocks. You can drop the back knee if you need to. Left hand's going to plant, right hand's going to float high. Favorite transition for you, Em, from here to side plank. So just floating the front foot, meeting inside plank. Nice. If you need to drop your bottom knee, drop your bottom knee. Beautiful. Pushing hips away from the earth. Taking an inhale, exhale to find high plank and make our way through our vinyasa. Lowering halfway if you're ready for up dog. Inhale for upward facing dog or sticking with cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Taking an inhale and letting it all out. Inhale, left leg floats high, bending the knee, opening up the hip. Keeping the integrity in the shoulders, squaring them to the earth, gazing under right armpit, seeing if you can see the heel. Beautiful pose for releasing all the emotions that we hold in the hips. Slowly lengthen out the leg, inhale, knee to nose, and slowly planting the foot back, knee drops. Inhale to sweep high. Exhale, hands to heart. Once more, inhale to sweep high. Exhale, hands to the heart. Reaching down to find our blocks, framing the foot, coming onto the ball of the back foot, little rock, back and forward. And then when you're ready, finding stillness, inhale to open the heart. Exhale, pyramid pose. Adjusting the stance if you need to, melting forward. Slowly re-bending into the knee, front knee. Coming into our low lunge again. Inhale to open the heart. Exhale to find pyramid pose, straightening the front leg again and folding forward. Gently releasing, coming forward. Removing the blocks. Drop to the back knee if you need to. Right hand plants, left hand floats high. Nice open twist. From here, making our transition to side plank. Zipping up the belly, pushing hips away from the earth. Taking an inhale, exhale to high plank. Making your way through your vinyasa flow, your journey to down dog, however you want to get there. Beautiful. Rippling back to find downward facing dog. 5 breaths here in down dog. You can take them in down dog or you can drop into child's pose, whatever suits you. Slowly walking the hands all the way to the feet. Inhale to sweep the hands high, gazing up to the thumbs. Exhale, hands to the heart. We're going to come in open eagle pose, so I like to have my blocks in front of me for this one as well. It's up to you. You might not want to use them. I love my blocks though. Grounding into the right foot, and we're just bringing the left foot over the top like so. Hands to heart and then sitting deep. So this is open eagle pose. So if you want to go into your next challenge from here, so we want to bend deep, you may want to just stay like this with the blocks on the highest setting. Otherwise, coming down onto the second highest setting, really bending into the knee, and we're going to float onto our elbows. So the shins coming onto the shelf of the elbows, and then just simply floating forward. You can always have the blocks on the lower setting. Otherwise, just staying in open eagle. Just enjoying that stretch. And then from here, we're slowly going to shoot into standing splits. So the leg that's resting on the thigh, just gently releasing it and shooting it all the way to the floor. So you can keep the blocks as they are. You can wrap your hands around your leg if you can balance. You can go into some handstands if you want to go into some handstands. Just simply popping up. Just little kick ups, you don't have to hold it for long. Just try floating up. Nice. And when you've had enough playing, meeting in a forward fold, coming into gorilla pose. Going to bring the hands all the way under the feet. And then just rocking. So again, bending into the knees here. If you want to straighten the legs, you can do that by pulling the face towards you with the hands. A little rock backwards and forwards to massage the wrists. Gently releasing the hands. Inhale to find a halfway lift. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale to slowly unravel all the way up to the sky, gazing up to the thumbs. Exhale, hands to heart. Setting up for open eagle on the other side. Left foot grounds. Bringing right foot across. So you can just stay standing here like this if you like. Otherwise, if you want to sit deep, sit as deep as you can. If you want to play around with your balance, start with the blocks, always gazing forward. The shin is coming onto the triceps, so making a shelf with the triceps and floating forward. Have a go at that, Em. There you go. And then when you're ready, slowly shooting the leg high to the sky to meet in standing splits. Hands can come to the earth. If you want to try your handstand kick-ups, just planting the hands and we're just kicking up. Just having a bit of air time. Nice. When you're finished playing, just meeting in a forward fold. I'm going to come into ragdoll, but you can come into whatever you like. Finding opposite elbows, hanging heavy. Little sway from side to side. Gently releasing the hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, melting all the way down. Slowly walking the hands all the way back to downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg floats high, bending the knee, opening up the hip. Three-legged dog, scorpion tail. We're going to make our way into half pigeon. So gently knee comes through to the nose. Shin comes parallel to the front of the mat if you can get it there. You can stay upright if you wish. Otherwise, slowly melting all the way down to the earth. You've got blocks there if you want to bring block under the hip just for an extra bit of support. You good? Staying here if you wish, otherwise, if you want something more, we're going to come back up. Same hand as foot, so left hand, left foot, left hand circles around, and we grab onto our left foot. If that feels good, then you can sweep the other hand and grab both, whatever suits you. I'm just going to stay with one this morning. It's enough for me. Do you want a strap? And when you're ready, gently releasing. We're just going to ground our hands and find downward facing dog, but three-legged dog to get there. Shooting the leg high just to release it out. And then both feet to the earth. Inhale, left leg reaches, bending the knee, opening the hip. Making our way through to half pigeon on the other side. Staying upright if that suits you. Otherwise, slowly walking all the way down to the earth. And then if you wish, coming back to upright, same hand as foot, right hand floats back, and we find our foot. When you're ready, slowly coming out of the pose. Planting the hands, finding three-legged dog. Shooting high. And then downward facing dog, both feet to the earth. Just dropping the knees, coming to sit in hero's pose. This pose looks easier than it is. Hands open onto the thighs. And just sitting tall. So the next thing we're going to try is a jump through. So your blocks are halfway down your mat, so I'll just demonstrate and then you can have a go. Coming into down dog, so everything's the same, except we're going to walk our hands to the blocks, place them on the blocks. And then we're going to aim to jump all the way through into a seated position. So bending the knees, looking to where we're going, and then you just want to have the faith in yourself to keep your knees in tight and jump all the way through. And then when you've made it onto your back, just little rocks from side to side. Nice. and then all the way onto your back. Hugging your knees into the chest, rocking from side to side. And rocking along the length of the spine, coming all the way into a seated position. Removing the fleshy parts from underneath our sit bones, legs straight. Inhale to sweep high to the sky. Exhale to fold all the way forward. So if you can't reach your toes, just grab a strap to help you reach your toes. If you're feeling really flexy and you want more, put a block behind your feet. And then not curling over too far, just letting the heart as if it's reaching towards the toes. Sweated. Hot yoga. Gently release. And then we're simply just going to bring the left hand to the knee and reach back, just coming into a twist. You might want to lean forward and grab the foot, whatever suits you here. Inhale, hands sweep high, and exhale, other side. One more on each side. Inhale to sweep high, exhale, opening up. Inhale, sweeping high. Exhale, opening up. Last side. And then slowly coming back to the center. We're going to make our way into Navasana boat pose. So there's a couple of options. You can have the knees bent, hands out. You can have hands to thighs. You can have hands behind you, so whatever suits you. If you want the hardest variation, it's straight legs, straight arms. So just switching on the core, holding this for 5 breaths. And then we're slowly going to lower all the way down to the low boat, so it's just a hover. Holding it there, zipping up the belly, and then coming high. One more low boat, and coming high. This time we're going to lower all the way down to the earth on the count of 5, for 5, for 4, for 3, for 3, for 2, and letting it all out. Shake out the body. And we're going to go straight into bridge pose. So I like to have a block handy for bridge. As you know, I love my restorative bridge pose. Planting the feet, reaching down to touch the heels. Arms come up next to us like a robot, and then we just gently, vertebrae by vertebrae. If you want to use the block, you're just bringing it underneath the sacrum and just allowing it to take the weight of the body. If I've got a block underneath me, I like to straighten the arms, straighten the legs. Five breaths here, whatever variation you've taken. When you're ready, slowly coming out of the pose. Soles of the feet together, knees wide. Reaching hands above us to find opposite elbows. Just taking a moment to find stillness. Being proud of yourself because you should be proud of yourself. Gently hugging knees into the chest. Little rock from side to side. Anything else you need to do before making your way into your final resting pose, go for it. I'm going to take happy baby. Bending knees into armpits, finding outer edge of the feet. And just keep rocking. If that doesn't suit you, find inner edges of the feet or the shins. It's just a short practice this morning. May want to use the peace fingers, interlace them around the toes. Straighten one leg, straighten the other leg. Straighten both legs, whatever suits you. And when you're ready, making your way into your final resting pose, Shavasana. Lengthening the legs out, letting the toes fall out. Hands opened up to the sky, down beside us, as a symbol of receiving all of the good things that yoga has to offer us. Just picturing yourself lying onto the mat. Noticing any thoughts trying to make their way into your mind. What happened yesterday? What's going to happen tomorrow? Just focusing on the present moment. Right now is exactly where you're meant to be. Just finding complete stillness and relaxation. Just going to play my favorite yogi song. This song is about a boy that has all these magical powers. He doesn't know he has them unless somebody tells him he has them. So he can't access these powers without someone telling him he has them. It's just a reminder of how powerful we all are.